Alright, once you get the lockup done, the next area is going to be the feet. Alright, don't worry about the link. The link, and let me clear up a misconception that I hear a lot of people say. I'm sure a lot of you real, gunsmiths or 1911 guys know this, and maybe some of you don't, I don't know, but there's a myth that the link is the only thing you need to be fitting. Let's say if you got a GI gun and a GI barrel and it wasn't fitted together, then you're gonna fit everything using the link. You're gonna adjust the length or whatever the link to make it work right in the gun. So that leads people to believe that the link locks the gun up and unlocks the gun. That's not true. Let me get the slide stop right here and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see this angle right here, okay, that's what locks the gun up. That's what locks the barrel up. This slide stop rides, or the barrel rides up on that slide stop, which kicks the barrel up. Okay, the link's only job there, let's turn this around so you can see. The link pin's only job, or the link, is as it starts to recoil, it starts to unlock and pull down the barrel to clear the locking lugs. Okay, well, as the gun goes back forward, the barrel locks up. The feet on the bottom of the barrel locks it up. It's not, the link does not lock and unlock. It unlocks the barrel feet, locks it up. Which is why you see a lot of GI guns. Of course, a lot of GI guns have a lot of loose tolerance, and that's the way they need it to be. But that's why you see a lot of people who are getting into gunsmithing and they fit a gun and it don't, it has a lot of movement. Once you rack the gun, rack the slide on it, you push down on the barrel, you see the barrel giving a good bit. That's because the feet's overfitted. The link hole and the slide stop pin has tolerance built up in it. The link pin hole and the link hole through the link for the link pin hole all has tolerance built up in it, or at least the link to the link pin should. Okay, so you're gonna have, I don't know what, I've never measured it, but probably 3 or 4, 5, 10 thousandths per hole of play, so that this thing can work like it needs to. So, and then you got the fact that it's not even, that the slide stop's not even touching the barrel feet. So that's why you get a different lockup every time and the gun won't shoot, because it locks up different every time. It's locking up based on the slop in the link pin holes. Okay, so you're gonna want to fit the barrel feet. All right, and when you fit this, I don't know if you can really tell it there, but this thing is not square. This when you fit it across here, that's not square. That's actually on a 1 or 1.5 degree angle. All right, so when you file it on a slight angle. If you're doing this by hand, if you're doing it on a machine using jigs, the jigs is already set up to do that for you. But if you're doing this by hand, file this thing on a slight angle, very, very, very slight. Almost you can't even tell it's an angle, because the reason for that is as it's coming forward and locking up, you want it to constantly be pushing up on the barrel. So once it stops as far as it can go, it's not relaxed. It's still pushing up on the barrel. So, if you had an angle, let's say this was coming in here, you would want this thing to be on an angle, like so. Alright, so as it's coming up, let's turn it this way. As it's coming up this way, let's say it don't even touch here. As it's coming up, it's going to start hitting and pushing up more and more and more till it stops. And that's the proper way to fit a 1911 barrel. It's not this, file a little bit, stop, file a little bit, stop. That's fine, but you need to know where to file, when to quit filing. Use stuff to measure what you're doing while you're doing it. Even though you're doing this by hand, this don't mean you don't, unless you have a lot of experience and can just see the stuff with your eyes. This don't mean you shouldn't be using a caliper, okay? Don't just file the barrel hood and fit it, file it, and fit it. Actually measure your progress. check it, you know, see what, okay, it's this, now I need to go 2 more thousandths, all right, then it fits. And let's say it fits a little bit too tight, but it's at the measurement that you measured. Well, your measurement may be off just a tiny bit. Go ahead and slightly just touch it a little bit more till it does what it needs to do. And I guess with that being said, we ain't gonna get into chambering or none of that, because usually these barrels, you know, come pre-chambered. But there's a lot of stuff you can do on this end of the barrel too. I guess I'm gonna end the video there, with the exception of saying that, you know, sorry if the video ain't up to folks' standards. I'm not a video guy. I'm just a, you know, everyday gunsmith. But I want to try to do a lot of videos like this, explaining stuff and doing some projects in depth, showing every step instead of leaving out stuff. So people can, you know, the people who want to pursue gunsmithing or do their own work and do quality work can have a better understanding. And not that, you know, I know everything, but maybe I can help some folks. You know, maybe y'all enjoy the videos, maybe you won't. But if you don't, no big deal, I'll quit doing them. If you do, you know, just let me know. Put comments up, tell me what you'd like to see worked on. We're gonna do, my plans are to do a lot of stuff like 1911 stuff. Not so much 1911 stuff, even though I do specialize and do a lot of 1911 stuff. It's because so many people do 1911 stuff. You know, we'll get into some Glock stuff, which I don't know. We probably need to do Glocks because a lot of people do that. We'll do whatever. We'll do random gunsmithing, drill and tapping, fixing firing pins, making apart, color case hardening, taking a part that you had to modify or had to make by hand with a file, and let's say it's a firing pin. You made it out of mild steel. Obviously, you want to case harden that so it's still flexible yet wear resistant. So I'll show you how to do that. You know, just using some case in it, whatever. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on. Again, this is Jody with JP Precision.